be singing every word to every song to the girl that's singing tonight. When the lights come on, everybody's feeling a hallelujah from the floor to the ceiling. Yeah, the drink that we're doing, the smoke that we're doing, the party we're through, it's going all night long. When the lights come on, when the lights come on, your buzz blowing it up. It's going all night long when the lights come on.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in week one as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Browns going up against the Packers. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
Larry, from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL, there's a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Cleveland Browns and the Green Bay Packers. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Rodgers now to throw. And a quick throw here that's complete. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And some room to work. 12 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Packers a first down.
It should go without saying that anytime you run the football well and gain a nice chunk of yardage, that means the offensive line did their job and did it really well. But let's give them a little more credit than that, because all week long, offensive line meetings, they're going over adjustments, counters, when line shifts, all those things that go along with it. And yet you still have to be physical, and that's what they did on the first play.
Rodgers now on first down. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
Rodgers will try again on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And now the starting defense for the Browns.
C.J. Mosley's your prototypical Alabama linebacker. They'll come downhill and smack you, but they understand the game so well.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Going for the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Brandon, what we just saw there is something we hear from coaches throughout the league. How are you going to defend what they call the moment of truth ball, meaning a 50-50? The ball's in the air, defenders there, receivers there. Who's going to make a play on the football? And in this case, the defensive guys actually got it done and knocked it away.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. They'll They'll give it to him right up the gut. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
Shift together here from the D-line. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Let's meet the offensive starters, and let's discuss Corey Coleman, first wide receiver drafted out of last year's class.
And there was a reason for that. When you watched his tape, when you watched his games, you saw his explosiveness and ability to play the ball in the air downfield. Don't get hung up on the fact he only ran 4 routes at Baylor. Just coach him up and turn him loose.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And this time they go underneath for a simple pitch and catch.
And not only do you get the pitch and catch, Brandon, but you're able to keep the receiver moving when you hit him with the drag route.
Well, they get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. He finds Coleman. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
The gun. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. And a peek at the defense for the Packers.
Michael Brockers was a first-round pick coming out of college and has done nothing but enhance that status. A tremendous player inside.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
And he will find his big tight end over the middle. 23 yards on the play. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Brandon, there's no doubt the defense has to be excited after stacking up back-to-back running plays. But I still remember my old coaches saying, after you've had some success, you better be careful. They might have an answer for you. So make sure you watch your keys, play your techniques, and don't get overconfident.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Packers get set to go. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover, and wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Back near the goal line, here's Rodgers. Jeffrey with a catch left side. The 40. Past the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. These guys told us, these guys being the coaches, they wanted to really stretch the field, get the ball down deep. They were able to do that here.
And you know when you stretch the field, you often leave guys in one-on-one situations, and that allows your better athletes to go up and get the football. I love the preparation that they put into this. They made it a priority, and they got what they expected.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Rodgers with a keeper. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Rodgers taking it in. And the Packers have taken the early lead.
And the sneak works on 2nd and goal. They didn't wait until it was 4th down to try and get him across.
No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays. I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well.
Yeah, it makes you really part of the gang, doesn't it? It makes you part of the crew, and it really bonds you with those big offensive linemen because then you get to celebrate with the big fellas.
Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Now back to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 57 yards. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone. It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go. If you love pressure, I love it. We'll see if they dial it up this drive. 2nd down and 4.
Double tight, guys, double tight. You got 4. 319.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And hauled in here by Richard Rodgers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And Richard Rodgers makes the grab, and let's face it, it's going to follow him the rest of his career. The Hail Mary he caught to beat the Lions in 2015 in Detroit, pretty memorable play. Those Lions fans, they just don't like you right now if they heard that. I didn't mean to bring it up to, pull the Band-Aid off the wound there. I was just trying to praise Richard Rodgers. Yeah, they're going to be mad at me. So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Double tight. Hey, 4 down. 319.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. And they're on the move as they face a second down here. They'll come out in the pistol. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning, and then it's about execution. So they put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it.
And 3 yards there takes them to the 45.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
And the D looking like they may blitz. They're going to look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. You know, the running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Play clock winding down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Their big tight end, 41 yards. And the Browns have taken the lead. And the defensive there, that was a battle. He just made a really nice play.
A really nice play, making sure his body position was correct. And how about the throw? Zipped it in there.
And it results in the touchdown. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try to take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit. How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
So it'll be first down here after the run. One receiver left, 3 to the right. Rodgers now on first down. Jeffrey with a catch left side. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on third down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got his man, Boyd. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not at all. He came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. On first down, Rodgers. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Rodgers to throw on second down. And Rodgers has it over on the right side. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. On play action, now Rodgers. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal.
And when you have a guy in the backfield who can catch the football, you don't just use him strictly for checkdowns or dump-offs. You make him part of the primary passing attack because what you're trying to do is get him into open field and then let him make people miss and advance the football.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
On first and 10, here's Rodgers. And trying to get it to his tight end, Rodgers, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
And some extras coming up on the line here, ready for the blitz. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Out of the gun now on third down. He's got his man on the crossing route. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
They'll drop the throw. Try to lay one up deep. And this is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Their big-bodied receiver. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns add on to their lead. A try here for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. 14 yards that time for number 14.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
On second down, here's Rodgers. And he finds the tight end, Rodgers. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And they'll run it here. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front, because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
One receiver right, that's Jeffrey. Now Rodgers throwing on second down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He was able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. From the gun on third down, Rodgers. And Jeffrey's got it. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did. It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. A decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
So, yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Second down to the offense needing 5 yards.
Green 39! Green 39!
Looking to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90! Gun! 319! 319!
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Going up top. And this is caught. It's a big play there for the Browns. 51 yards.
They took a shot downfield towards the end zone, and he came up with a big-time catch, but he was tackled a little bit short of the goal line. Now the defensive guys, they got to pick their heads up and try and hold them to a field goal attempt.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. First and goal from the 1 as they look to punch it in. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal.
I still like the idea of letting your tailback get you home. But here, they let the fullback try to get the tough yard. And that's the toughest spot on the field. And he stopped for no gain on first down.
Second and goal from the 1. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now from back at the 5, this is third and goal. They come out here in the eye.
Green 39! Green 39! All right, now look at 56.
Third and goal now. Ball on the 5. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They go play action here on first down. Backing up. He's going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Now they'll run it on the taunts. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got time. He's going to loft one deep. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play for the Pack on 3rd. 54 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Again, we'll see the pistol here. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they've met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space. In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Yeah. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Levante David. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Browns getting set to go. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They come out here in the I. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. The strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up the play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Coleman, the man in motion right. He'll look to throw. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now fourth down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
This is taken around the 12. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over first and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this down deep into Cleveland territory. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 51 yards. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They're going to hurry back to the line now. The slot man in motion right. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. They're trying to establish that running game, but they're really, really having trouble, aren't they?
Yeah, when you're running against a really good 4-3 defense, that means you've got big guys inside who control things. Those big defensive tackles are making it very difficult to find open space.
shift together here from the D-line. Rodgers to throw on second down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. And that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried? Now look out. Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. He's got time in the pocket. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll come out in the pistol.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Gone.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 2 yards to go here on 3rd down.
Set. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a 1st down for them, too.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Set. 3-19. 3-9.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there as and now the Packers going to take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Offense faces a 3rd and medium with 6 yards left. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And unable to connect. It's incomplete. And the clock stopped at 8 seconds. And they're going to go soft on the corners.
And that play was what every defense is wary of. The big strike attempted downfield, but they were in excellent position.
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Emmanuel Ogbah in up his second sack now of the afternoon. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game,